Hello, everyone. It has been a while, but we are the Clear for 8 podcast, a podcast about Final Fantasy and whatever else we decide to talk about. It's pretty much going to be Final Fantasy. We're back. It's been how long now?
It's been some months.
At least a couple.
A couple moons, if you will. But we're here. Life happens. Things
Very
are busy. Still busy for, I know, for Clarissa right now.
Oh my gosh. It's been a lot.
We're here. Well, I guess as a little, what's been happening the last couple months. We did meet up.
We did.
IRL. Yeah. We saw faces.
In person.
We saw faces. Yeah, it was mostly like, I don't know, pretty much the 8 of us from our static for the most part. A few others. How many people were it? Was there 8?
8?
Yep, there were 8
showed up, I think, total.
Yeah.
It was a full party.
Full party.
Mm-hmm.
And we all met up and spent the weekend together and just hung out and gamed. It was really nice. I honestly haven't had that much fun in a long time.
Yeah.
It was a highlight for the last few years for me. Yeah.
It was good. It was good fun.
I know Clarissa there has been to like cons and stuff. She's like, this is normal.
Yeah. Well, no.
I mean, not like normal. No,
different.
It's different, but it's you've done the things.
I have. It was definitely exciting for me. Felt like it was kind of like a combination of all the fun and excitement of a con when it comes to like hanging out with people, minus the stress of like, well, I don't know. I was gonna say minus the stress of logistics on like getting things places because our flights were crazy.
They were cursed.
But it was fun. Being able to be chill and hang out with everyone was nice.
Yeah. Yep. And we're planning on next year, hopefully. We'll see how that goes.
Please.
But yeah, so now, the regulars in the Clear for 8 Discord are now acquainted in real life, and now we can call ourselves real life friends.
Yeah.
We can officially make that statement, yeah. IRL friends.
Yeah, they're my friends now. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
No take backsies.
Oh, God.
I guess the surprising part for me about all of it was there was no surprises. If that doesn't make sense. I don't know. I
think I know what you're getting
at. You never know what's going to happen when a group of people hang out in the same building for the first time. But there was no drama. Nothing happened. There was no I don't know. There was just nothing. It was fine. It was just a good time. It was like we were hanging out in Discord chat, but in a room.
Yeah. God, that's the perfect way to explain it. It's so true.
It went so smooth. Everything was great. I was like, yeah, great. This is a pleasant surprise. This is nice. I don't know. Just when you get 8-9 people in a room together, you expect something to happen, but no. Especially over days. But no, everyone seemed like they didn't want to go home almost. Like, I don't know. We were just having a good time.
It was definitely sad when people started kind of trickling off, going home and stuff.
The sadness hit me when Gurren left.
Yeah.
That was It was like that was the beginning of the end. The clock is ticking officially now.
Oh gosh, yeah. It was a little sad there, but it was great. It's so funny because people are like, I tell people, my non-gaming life about it, and they're like, you met up with strangers and you spent a weekend with them? And I'm just like, bruh, we've been talking in Discord for 1.5 years for like at least 9 hours a week. So like, I talk to them more than I talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so
tough
funny.
to
I never
explain.
thought of that.
Yeah, we hang out with people in Discord more than a lot of IRL people. The people don't get that, I guess. It's weird to them. I don't know. I guess if you don't do it. Yeah, we're not the weirdos. They're the weirdos.
Yeah.
No wonder everybody else got sad during lockdown.
Yeah.
I
I
was
was
like,
thriving.
I barely adjusted. So, okay,
Yeah.
more people to hang out
Something
with because
happened.
they're stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, we were fine. We were gaming. We were living our best life.
It was sad. I didn't bring my laptop the first night, and y'all did the hunt train,
Oh my
Oh,
and I
god.
couldn't
yeah.
join
We
in the
needed to
hunt train.
cap.
Yeah, I wanted to cap too, but I was like, I forgot my laptop. But then I brought my laptop, and everybody else capped. I was like, man, oh well. But then we played.
Well, I was still going.
I
I
mean,
think.
we were gaming still. I mean, obviously we played
Yeah.
some Smash Bros, and
Oh boy, that was fun.
Yep.
that was an experience.
Clarissa.
Hey, I was rusty. I was very rusty.
Oh my gosh,
Um,
that was her. I'm
I used to be
rusty. I don't
good-
even know how to play this game.
No!
Wins.
Yeah. I beat everyone all the time. I'm just like, okay.
We had to play random characters, so I didn't win. It was still fun. It was a good time.
It was a good time. I don't know how I was scraping my way to some top threes. I had no business. I had no clue what
I
was
think
going on.
The
But
chaos
imagine.
of 8-player definitely helped. Also,
Yeah.
when it was random,
That's-
no one knew who anyone was.
That's the only thing I'm good
like,
at.
Unless you were observant.
It's like I hide just in the chaos. Just like, all right, just let them beat the crap out of each other. I'll throw some
Yeah.
punches here and there.
I mean, it's a tactic. I definitely employ that tactic.
Yeah.
It's just strategic. It's like, okay, who's HP? Who has a bunch of damage? Let me just go, like, KO them really quick.
And then
yeah.
Mike called me out in one
Oh.
a couple times actually. It was like, hey, he's got 3 lives.
Yep,
Get him.
Excuse
that
me.
always happens.
Leave me alone, dude. Just chilling.
Yeah. Oh gosh. But yeah, so we're back. We did it. We didn't forget about it. It's just yeah, we've been a little busy the past few months, but we wanted to get back on track, especially
Mhm.
because we are eating good in the gaming times right now.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. There's I mean, Final Fantasy XVI came out in the
Yeah.
time that we've
That-
had.
7 Rebirths is right around the corner.
I need to get caught up on those.
Yeah, I thought about doing a new game plus on remake to do that, but yeah, well, I guess jumping into things in terms of Final Fantasy XIV side of things, there is a big event coming up. If you're not aware, FanFest, the 10th anniversary of Final Fantasy XIV is coming up, and FanFest in Las Vegas at the end of the month, which Clarissa is going to.
I am anxiously looking at the calendar. I'm excited, but I'm also doing a bit of con crunch right now. As we speak, I have something printing on my 3D printer. I am trying to finish up making a book from T, the Epic of Alexander Ultimus, since we beat that a little while ago. But I'm very excited about that. I was lucky, got my ticket in the raffle, and some of the friends that I'll be bringing along, we managed to make sure everyone would be able to go as well. And the schedule was just posted recently, and I am just kind of floored at all the stuff that we'll be able to be doing on the first day. It's going to be jam-packed from, like, when the doors open at 7 till they close at 8. Or, wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's a lot. I mean, yeah, doors open at 7. The keynote is at 10 a.m. by Yoshi
I'm going to
P.
be there. I'm
Yeah.
going to be there early because I'm very concerned with 14 and my experience with 14. I know how queues tend to go. so I'm very worried about queues for this whole event. And from what I've heard, the keynote is typically where we'll be hearing some of the like exclusive, really exciting news. So
Yep.
I'll be there live in the flesh, witnessing whatever they say.
I hope you don't experience like Release Savage or Rawbound Savage
Oh gosh,
on any of those lines and queues.
I don't know. I think it's gonna happen. I'm just mentally preparing myself for it. I'm glad I'll be in comfortable cosplays. One, because Vegas is too hot for me. I figured that out like already. It's gonna be like 100 all week at least.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah, it's
just
gonna be
being
rough.
that close to so many people, probably
Mhm.
standing around it's gonna be rough, but I think it'll be worth it. But yeah, there's so much happening. There's the keynote opening ceremony. I think there's a panel talking about, it's called A Realm Revisited. I'm guessing that that's going to kind of go back over all the expansions.
Yeah, I think they're going
And
to
then
reflect a bit on just
Yeah, I think they're
how the
just
game has
a walk
gone.
down memory lane, as they
that'll
say.
be really pleasant.
Yeah. It's going to be really cool to see it. I'm excited for you. I'm going to be watching
I'm
online.
excited too.
Yeah,
I
we'll
kind
be
of
watching online.
I feel like I don't feel the excitement as much as I should be right now because I'm just anxious trying to finish my book on time. But it's gonna hit me, I think, probably in a couple days. I'm wrapping up some of my stuff, so I'll be able to chill.
Yeah,
Um,
and then let's see. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say. Then they were gonna do a whole talk about Endwalker and the creation of it, and the dev team is just gonna like talk about their journey in creating Endwalker.
yeah.
Mhm.
So obviously Yoshi P is gonna be there.
Yeah.
Ishikawa is gonna be there as well. I'm very excited. It's kind of crazy to think about because like I've definitely watched all of these like live letters and whatnot like online live and stuff, but it's kind of crazy to think that I'll actually be there in the same room with these people, like hearing them. I still haven't really wrapped my head around it.
Oh gosh, that's wow, 2 hours for that.
Yeah, that's going to be
From
a big one. The
yeah, Endwalker.
Endwalker chat.
Yeah.
Although this just popped into my head. Speaking of Endwalker, real quick, are they going to address female Hrothgar? Weren't they supposed to come out? That
Oh
was
god.
built up. They mentioned, yeah, female Hrothgar, probably in 6.3 or 6.4. We're
I
here.
don't remember.
There's
It's another casualty to Final Fantasy XVI
Oof.
development.
Dang. I think they were
imagine.
briefly mentioned. They're briefly mentioned in the lore book that came out recently. I think there was a little hint at them on the Hrothgar page.
Well, I mean, they have to be in the lore book because they have to exist.
Yeah.
You have a male female species. I don't know what that's called again. By something. I can't remember. Whatever, it doesn't matter. There's a word for it. There's a species with males and females. So they got to be in the lore
They
book
were out
even if they're
there.
not in the game. Like they have to exist in some
Yeah.
form. But it's just weird cuz they definitely they said there would be female Hrothgar. I just haven't seen them. Okay, apparently
late.
the last
Oh.
thing they have said, I googled. Apparently they're talking 7.0 is when they will come out. So fine, but still we haven't heard anything about them in like over a
I'm
year. They
worried.
haven't
Yeah.
mentioned anything. So
I think are they still working on their hair?
oh gosh. Apparently the hardest thing they've ever done in their lives.
Yeah.
To figure out
Oh, their hair.
what to do with hair and ears.
They're like, we gotta have them be able to wear hats, otherwise people will be enraged. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. You should be able to wear a hat.
Oh, but if you wear this hairstyle, your ears go away.
Yep. Oh my
That's
gosh.
so
that
weird.
was. I still can't get over that ever.
Just
It's
let 'em
just so
clip.
funny.
Just let them clip. Holy cow.
Yeah, like how hard is that to even just like it clips a little bit? I don't think people are gonna lose their minds. There's already clipping, tails clip,
There's
stuff
pretty bad
clips.
clipping.
Like, I think people would rather
But-
have hats with some clipping
Yeah.
than no hats.
Yeah, I think there's even mods for like Vera, just like letting your ears clip. There it is.
Oh my god. That's so funny.
Yeah,
They should
it's-
make it a toggle in the character menu. Like how you can toggle your headgear to make it visible or hidden.
Yeah. There's things they could do, and I'm just a bit miffed that they don't. Just especially since people are just mad that they can't wear hats. Just give them hats. Just let it happen.
And then they get mad at people for using third-party tools.
Like,
to wear
well,
hats.
okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Give it time. We know how that has
let's
the
hope
track
so.
record for that.
I hope they give Final Fantasy XIV the love in 7.0, and it feels like a more modern game. Please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
They've been slowly updating it, and it's better than it was. I'll give them that much, but I hope in 7.0 there is that push to really get rid of some of the jank.
Yeah.
Even if we lose a little bit of story or something, it's cut short. I don't know. I just fix the game up. I'm not saying cut a whole swath of.
Oh God.
Less side quests or something. Like just fix the game. Like
That's
fix the
fine.
jank is what I'm saying. Like if we lose, I'm saying like if we lose a side thing.
That's okay.
To
I guess.
I just make the game cleaner, better, and then move from there.
Quality of life.
Yeah.
Less janky.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to FanFest.
FanFest.
Sorry. FanFest.
Distracted.
Tangent is what we do best.
It's a specialty, really.
But yeah, the cosplay. Cosplay is on Friday. There's an hour for cosplay at FanFest. As a cosplayer yourself, Clarissa, is there anyone you're particularly excited to see? Or are you participating?
I am. That's why I'm stressed out about this darn book.
Oh gosh.
But it's pretty casual this time around. So this is going to be my first FanFest, obviously. But I've heard that previous FanFests, the way cosplay was handled was very different. There was a whole sort of like a vetting process you had to essentially like qualify for in order to even like participate in their cosplay. I guess it was a contest. I don't know, cosplay showcase, but it was very different because it was curated essentially. But this year, or I guess I should say this time, since there was a whole year, it didn't happen last year. But anyone is allowed to sign up, and I'm not exactly sure how they'll be doing this since it's just an hour and everyone was allowed to sign up and there was no vetting. My guess is you're just gonna walk on stage and walk across, and maybe they'll say your name and the character you're cosplaying, just because you gotta get people like through the gate.
Yeah.
So I'll be curious to see that. I'm not hard pressed about like how it'll go because I didn't make a cosplay specifically for this. I'm just gonna be cosplaying my wall and like casual like Island Sanctuary gear that I essentially it's just an outfit I bought. I mean, I made the wig and the ears and the book and stuff, but I'm gonna be in Vegas. I have to somehow get this stuff through the airport in one piece and make sure it doesn't melt. I want to be comfortable. I'm not strong enough to have these big builds, but I mean that's fine. There are people who will be bringing like really intricate cosplays, and I'm very excited to see those in person. But I'm also kind of looking at it like, man, I would love to do that too, but I don't know if it would be worth the stress for me personally. But there's definitely some people that I'm sort of familiar with and have seen online that I hope to cross paths with and check out their cosplays in person. I think there's actually I'm also going to be cosplaying Eric Tony from the Pandemonium raid series, but that won't be on Friday. Because everything it's but I'll be cosplaying him on Saturday, but I know another person who cosplayed him that I actually took inspiration from is going to be cosplaying him at some point, so that'll be cool. Yeah, I'm like, okay, how did you make this belt?
Well, I think yours looks great.
Thank you.
It does because it lights up and all too, right?
Yep, that was something I'm like, okay, if anything, I have to make sure it does this.
Yeah, it looks really good, and I'm excited to see everyone's pictures from cosplays and the event to
Yeah.
see what you guys see.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely make sure I take pictures. I'll try to be better at that than I typically am at cons. Because usually I'm just like there in the moment, just kind of vibing.
Oh yeah, I
But
mean, also enjoy yourself.
oh yeah, definitely.
And then I guess the closeout Friday night is Piano, by Soken. Soken and who was it?
Matt
Matt
Hilton
Hilton
is presenting. Yeah.
presenting. Oh, and I am not good at saying Japanese names. Kiko? Kiko?
I am no
I
better.
think that's pronounced. I don't know. Kaiko.
Keiko? Keiko?
I think it's
Yeah,
their
it
anyway.
sounds
usual.
right.
It's their Japanese pianist. She's played at the other.
Yeah, if anyone's ever seen the Lahi video.
Do you
So
know
Classic.
Lucky?
Yeah, that same pianist.
I hope we get Lucky,
Oh,
please.
we don't get to see
I
it
gotta
though.
see it in
We
the
do
Just so
not
flesh.
get to
sad.
see it. I'm so
Oh,
sad.
I'm sorry.
They're not broadcasting. I'm so
Yeah.
Lucky
sad.
FOMO.
I don't get why they won't broadcast the dang music in concerts.
I don't
It hurt.
know.
I
It
don't get
hurts.
that.
Maybe they want it to be like some exclusivity for the people in person. Like I don't
Oh.
care. Let other people enjoy it
What's
too.
the weird thing is like you can't replace being there live anyway.
Yeah. You
Like
can't.
I would much rather see the piano stuff there, but I can't go. So please let me
Yeah.
watch it online. Like I don't know. It's very odd to me that they won't show it.
It is. Because anytime at BlizzCon, they always showed, like, I think what Linkin Park played one year. What were the other ones? Metallica. They showed them.
Mm-hmm.
Along with the virtual ticket. So
Mm.
just show up,
Yeah.
please.
They could make bank if they let people pay for it too. I'm surprised.
Honestly, if they had like a $15 virtual ticket, I'd be like, take my money.
Yeah, that's
I
like
would
super reasonable.
I would honestly do that. I would pay a little pay-per-view.
And even if they had like a very like $100 virtual ticket, and then you'd get the goodie bag too. Like, yeah.
Oh
Count me
yeah,
in.
yeah.
That too.
Yeah. I would pay for that. Take my money.
Square hire
Man,
us. We have
There's
ideas.
so many weird choices that they've made. Like what? I
Yeah,
don't
like-
understand.
There's no world where that decision makes any sense to make it that exclusive. It's just it's already limited. You sold out
Yeah.
on tickets instantly. Why aren't you
Yeah.
having something?
I tried to think if it was terms of like music rights or anything, but it's all like literally them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's their
It's-
music.
It's their
Soken
music.
composed pretty much all of it. It's not. It's
Yeah.
there's
that's why
only
I'm like,
some of the music that it's weird. Some of their music is weird. I'll give them that. And I think it has to do with the singers.
Oh.
Like when they have like I think the music in as an example, oh my gosh, Ultima Thule. That music.
oh yeah.
Not to give away any, spoilers for anyone, but just in that zone, that music with the singer, like, I think there's something with the singer wasn't an employee maybe or something, so like the rights are a little weird.
I'm sure they're
Oh.
contracted.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming there's something there where they have a limitation with some of the music, maybe, because
But
that kind of
I
happens with League of Legends music. They
yeah,
made
with like Imagine Dragon.
yeah, like they make a lot of their music just it's free to use. You can play it on streams. They don't care. But there's some songs because it involved other artists where they're not allowed.
Yeah.
So maybe there's something with some of the music, but
Maybe, but I
know.
just want to
I don't.
see it.
Yeah, that's like I don't really care. Like get the broadcast rights to your own music maybe
So
and just
sad.
play it. I don't understand.
Yeah. Okay, so Saturday then will be live letter from the producer. I don't know how many Roman numerals that is, but it's many.
73? 8?
My
78,
goodness.
I think, because L is 50. Yeah. I think
50.
it's 58, I think.
Okay. Um So probably going into what 6.5 preliminary stuff. You think?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because we're getting a patch like in a couple days. Like
Hmm.
Yeah.
kind of
I'm guessing
came out of nowhere.
6.5 will probably be coming what, end of August? Beginning of September?
I could
I
see
could
that.
see that.
Yeah. I'm not too good on how often they usually do them anyway.
That's my feeling,
Uh,
just given how much time we get in like a Savage tier before the odd number patch comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So yeah, that'll be preliminary 6.5 notes. And then let's see, Crystalline Conflict Regional Championship, which
Wow.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, I mean
I want to
I
care.
am
I just
yeah,
uh,
it's
let us play with our friends,
yeah.
please.
Yeah. That.
yeah, I posted a salt. Like I'm very excited for this, don't get me wrong. I'm very excited that they're having like player-based events like this. I
Mhm.
think it would be cool if they did something like Mythic Plus Raiders or Mythic Raiders, like the top guilds were like doing a race against each other at FanFest, like have the same like top statics kind of racing each other
I would
in
love
like
that.
top or something.
I'd love to watch that.
That'd be so cool too. I do wish this is like the start of more player based events like this and sponsored, like, Race to World First. Oh, 7.0 Savage Tier. We're going to have an officially sponsored Square Enix Race to World First. That'd be cool. Um,
Oh boy.
and maybe by participating in something that you have to have something on your computer running, like background process check or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Oh,
But I do hope there's more player-based events coming, and that Crystalline Conflict is just the beginning.
yeah.
Yeah, I do think some stuff would be really cool. Maybe I don't know, something like that. Some kind of a race on stream, or I mean on stage where yeah, you get like two teams racing to beat the tier or something. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
even if it's already been cleared, like not necessarily a world first, but just something for FanFest where
Yeah.
the stream team versus the devs, and
Oh god, that'd
Gosh,
be
they
so
race
fun.
that'd
through
be
a
so
fight.
funny. That
Yeah,
would be great. I
yeah.
would love to see like the devs versus like a stream team.
Uh,
Square, hire us.
Yeah,
oh,
hire us. We can come up with community events. That would be great. I think yeah, and even just like even if they did some of the top teams and if it was truly a speed run, I bet you those teams would like come up with some wild tactics for
oh
speed
yeah.
runs.
That's kind of the fun with World of Warcraft with the Mythic Plus. I remember watching a couple and the Mythic Dungeon Invitationals,
Mm-hmm.
and just suddenly there's a team that came out with this wild strat, and it was like, what are they doing? They did this weird thing where they pulled a bunch of stuff over here and then went to a corner. We didn't know we could go to that corner, but they did it, and then it turns into this wild thing you didn't expect to see, and it
Yeah,
makes it fun.
yeah. So I hope Crystalline Conflict, like it sounds interesting. Um, I'm sure it'll be fun. But I
Hmm.
hope other player-based events come out of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because the PvP, I just can't get into it. But also, again, let us play with friends. I would probably enjoy it more if I could just play with friends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I just don't want to sit there playing it alone effectively.
Mhm.
yeah,
It's not something I'm interested in doing. If I played with friends, then maybe I would be inclined to play it more alone. But I don't know. I
I
don't
don't
want to sit
know.
there playing it alone in general. So
No, it doesn't feel great. And the other thing too is that with PvP, you really want the netcode to be solid.
that's the other
Oh.
thing. It feels really janky. Because WoW PvP I
You're getting
enjoyed.
shot.
I had so much
Yeah,
fun with WoW PvP. And
yeah.
then, yeah, this is not as fun.
It's not react like it. If you think getting snapshotted in a ground AoE is bad, like freaking play Crystalline Conflict. It's like, oh, I got shot from around the corner from a
Yeah.
machinist. Like,
Yep, that's classic. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna just Take a
Yep.
deep breath.
Oh, look, I'm dead, even
Yeah.
though I'm hiding.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, I would hope that maybe for 7.0, like that's some of the jank I would love to see them
I
work on.
hope. But I mean,
But
I feel like I need to set the bar low so that my
Mm.
expectations
Oh
will be
my
met. And then if they exceed them, I'll be really happy.
yeah, I kind
That's
of
one way
feel
to do
that
it.
they're going to do 7.0. We're going to have a great time with 14 for the next few years. And I think eventually the big fix is going to be whatever the next MMO is, the Final Fantasy 20
Yeah.
or whatever it
I
is.
do wonder if they're ever working on the next MMO after 14, if at all. Are they? Are they taking the lessons they learned from 14 and like building take that knowledge and building like the MMO that they I'm sure Yoshi P is like it feels like he's trying to develop a great MMO with one hand tied behind his back.
Mm-hmm.
But like with a new engine and a whole new like up-to-date code. I mean this code's 10 years old plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still have bits of the original baked in,
Yeah.
like the pre
Like they
Realm
said, they
Reborn. Yeah,
didn't even understand parts, I think.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
mentioned that in one of the live letters, and I'm like, oh, concern.
Yeah. So I do wonder if Square is investing in that, or they're just like, you know what, 14's our money pit right now, or like our money maker right now. Let's just stick with it. But I do hope that they're secretly,
Well,
and I will
they
make another MMO.
they've already half updated Final Fantasy XIV's engine. Like the graphics engine was kind of updated. It's almost on the same engine as 16. Which sounds weird, but it mostly looks different because 14 is still running on textures from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Which is why they're trying to do the graphics overhaul. That's part of it, is updating all those
Yeah.
textures to make it look nice. Because they have been making updates. It's just
Oh yeah.
there's a certain point where the only way to fix things is to burn it all down.
Oh,
And
it's a great feeling sometimes though.
yeah, I could imagine. Just have a little Sylvanas moment.
Yeah. Oh god.
Burn
Spoilers.
it!
No.
Spoilers, they make everyone skip that now.
What?
Yeah, you don't do that, I don't think. No, you never look at that. You never see that now. If you start in BFA. You don't start in the pre.
That's so weird.
Yeah, you would have no clue. There's a bunch of WoW players that could have played the last 3 years and have no clue what I'm talking about.
Huh. Well,
Yeah.
that's weird.
It's sad, but
Hmm.
But yeah, that's that's I do wonder when we're going to see that transition. I don't think they're working on it yet. Their main focus right now is probably 7.
Yeah. I'm sure it's 7.0 story, the graphics overhaul, female Hrothgar.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I worry.
I just think there's
Uh,
also the suits are like Yoshi P is making them money. So, he's kind of got
Yeah.
the keys to the kingdom, so to speak. But there's that fine line of when do you start transitioning to a new game, because 14 is still building popularity, it's growing. So
it's-
do you want to start pre-working on the next thing, or do you just keep focusing on 14 right now while it's hot?
I think you need to have your hand in both pots.
That's what I think. I think after
'Cause-
7.0 and you're done with that, I think you need to start getting some of your team thinking about, hey, what's the next big thing?
Yeah.
Because it'll take years to develop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
that's
so,
because you're looking at 4 to 5 years easy developing
I
the
mean,
next one.
how long did it take to develop 16?
A while. I don't remember, but it was several years.
Yeah,
And MMOs are
a lot more stuff.
yeah.
Wow. 16 began in 2016.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Huh.
And the
That's
wild thing is,
crazy.
he wanted to make it open world, but he didn't because he said it would have extended the development time even further. Which I get it. It took already 7 years, something like that, 6 years.
Wow.
That's quite a bit. But also, there's a little bit of okay, development started in 2016. Like, how much of that was writing and just
Yeah, I think it was preliminary development.
yeah,
I think it said something to the effect that the people who finished up Heaven's Word then hopped on to 16, I think.
Mm.
And then they found another team for like Stormblood, or like maybe a hybrid staff for it.
yeah.
But
Because I
yeah,
think you also take you only need a little crew at the beginning of your game
Mhm.
designer and like what's the systems going to be like? What are we looking at? What are we thinking about for the storyline? And you're doing a lot of brainstorming and
Yeah.
some very early alpha builds, and then you get full teams on when this is the
Yeah.
direction, because obviously you don't want a directionless group of 40 people. Uh, you know. So what are we working on? Just sit over there and wait a little bit. We're working on the story still.
God.
You don't do that. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but I'd imagine a whole new MMO built on like a modern engine. If they're gonna start development on it now, it probably won't be released till like 2027.
Yeah. And maybe they are working on it in the back with
Yeah,
their experiments right now with updating engine
I'm sure.
stuff and up the graphics update. Maybe all of that is seeing, hey, does this work? Could we do this for the next thing?
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's there. It's bubbling because even Yoshi P even mentioned in one of the live letters about the next MMO, what's after 14. So
Mm-hmm.
it's in the back of their mind somewhere. There's
I'm
been a
sure.
discussion for sure.
I'm sure. Please be good.
Yeah, that would be
Gosh.
great.
Oh.
So yeah, that I guess kind of wraps up our tangent on FanFest.
Hmm. I'm just looking forward to them announcing anything about 7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm.
I'm very curious about where the story. Well, I mean, we have some hints, but like I just want to see it and like no, okay, what's going on? What are we
Who's
doing now?
who's gonna be the big bad now?
Yeah, that's such a good question. Cuz like I don't want to go into spoilers, but like there's no one. Like I'm looking around.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get that vibe.
I think a key part, again, I'm going to try to avoid spoilers here, but we have the Warrior of Light, which is us.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be about rebuilding ourselves in a way in this
Oh.
new world where
Yeah.
things have happened.
Yeah.
I'm being super vague because
No, I think I know where you're
don't.
getting at.
But
Yeah.
we I mean, we finished the story, right? So things are different now. Some people aren't around anymore. Where do we go now? What do we do? I mean, I don't know. It feels like there's a little bit of a soft reset for the character almost. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be about that and us refinding our own purpose.
Yeah. I think that's interesting.
I do like it. I think it kind of gave Ishikawa almost like a blank canvas to work with now.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's some
Yeah.
backstory there too to consider, but for the most part, any significant plot loose ends have been tied up. So
Heart of Sabik.
Oh my god! I was so happy.
Artists
You
and
don't
games.
understand. I was just like
Although,
laughing to myself.
To be fair,
Wow.
we still don't really know.
But they
I
addressed
mean,
it.
They
I'm
did address it. They
pleased.
did address it, and I
Yeah.
was happy with that. But I also feel
It is
like
still kind of cryptic.
they didn't really tell us, so I'm wondering if that's gonna come back. I think it
Oh,
is for
please. I would
7.0.
laugh so hard.
the hardest to beat.
Hey, you remember that thing? Well, guess what?
It's
That's the guy that made it. Look out.
Oh my gosh. Like the ancients.
Oh boy.
The ultra ancients.
Yeah.
I don't. We still have
Um,
questions to be answered in 6.5
We do.
with the Alliance raid, because
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm
The
quite curious
Alliance.
about the Alliance raid.
Yeah, I've still got massive
Like-
questions. Like, who are you?
Yeah, who are they?
Yeah.
Seriously, we still.
What do they want now?
Yeah, we don't know
Yeah.
yet. It's odd. I am wondering.
I'm wondering if it's that the Alliance raids are going to be just a very small side piece of the story, or it's really going to integrate into the main story, kind of like how they did the Crystal Tower series.
Oh boy.
I
Oh,
do
don't
wonder
know.
because I feel like they didn't like the fact that the Alliance raid and the normal raid for Realm Reborn tied in so much to the main story because they
Mm,
avoided doing it ever again.
true.
But also, I don't know. I feel like you could handle it without people being forced to do that side content. And just like
Yeah.
you could take some of the things that happened in those and use them later,
Yeah.
and it not be a huge issue. They kind of did it with some of the raids, like in Stormblood, because that was MSQ related.
Yeah.
Even Heaven's Word was that raid series was definitely tied in, so
Oh
For
yeah.
sure.
it could happen. I could see some things.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm
Um,
excited though.
yeah.
I want to know what. I just want a
We will
teaser.
see.
Give me anything, please.
Yeah, it's honestly it feels like kind of awkward right now. Like, yeah, we're in like post patch stuff, like or post expansion content. But like just because of the way Endwalker ended, I feel like I'm like next. I have no clue. Like
Mhm.
this just feels kind of awkward.
That's the
I
weird
mean,
thing.
granted, there's this whole thing happening already, but like, you can
Yep.
tell it's temporary,
Yeah.
or at least I guess.
No, they told
No,
us that
it's going to close at 6.5 probably.
they flat out. Yoshi P said that the patch content would be different this time, and it's not going to lead into the next expansion. It's its own story.
Okay.
And so it's going
Yeah.
to end in 6.5 or whatever, 6.55. I don't know which whatever patch, but
Yeah.
it's going to end. So it's
What's next?
yeah. I guess that's because this being its own contained mini story basically kind of removes some of the excitement because
Yeah.
I don't know. We know it's going to end, but what's the next big thing? I want the next big thing. What is it?
Yeah. I will. It'll be. I know the community is just gonna be like complaining about drought for the next year.
Oh god. They're
Dead
already
game.
complaining.
Dead game, no content. Oh, Final Fantasy XIV, the victim of Final Fantasy XVI. Like, people crying about it.
So weird. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like, what do you want to be fed like every single like month? Come on now, children. But yeah, like if you just look at their patch content coming out from like if you look at Heaven's Word patch content to now, they are doing a lot more stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when people complain like, oh, they're getting, my like skinnier and skinnier patch content, I'm like, no, not really.
Yeah. I don't. We got islands.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Yeah, the island sanctuary was a bunch, and then the deep dungeon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
We've
forgot
had
about that.
the whole raid series, trials every patch,
We've
basically.
gotten a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been a lack at all of content. Even the patch content's been quite long. I mean, we get quite a
Yeah.
bit of new story stuff.
Yeah.
Then like side quest storylines that keep branching out
Yeah.
further that I haven't done yet.
Tataru's
sorry,
little
Tataru. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've neglected her as
Oh,
well.
I haven't finished that either. But like,
Oh, and not to mention
I,
seasonal events. Sorry, those have been
Oh
going
yeah.
on. Gold Saucer right now.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
with
I
yeah,
no
didn't do that.
content. Yeah, nothing. Totally.
yeah, nothing. Drought.
Oh,
But yeah, I mean, I guess how is 6.4 going for you all? Between story raids, any job changes? I guess for us, we're still progging. We're progging P12S still.
yeah.
Which is normal. We didn't really go hard. We're like kind of, I don't know, we raid through 9 hours a week. We did take a break, so yeah, we're still progging.
Yeah.
I'm
But yeah, the
progging.
raid. What's that?
I'm progging, but I'm way
Yeah,
behind y'all.
you also did start quite a few weeks later than us, I think.
Yeah.
And it's a nice, I think your static's a nice little balance of like, we're chilling, but we're gaming a little bit too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely like the raid series, and a Basios. I can't say words. I do like this raid.
Anabasios?
Yeah,
Don't know.
yes, that.
I was probably wrong.
But I do like this better than Abyssos. Holy shit.
Oh
By far. This
man.
raid tier's been so much better. Not to mention like the gearing changes with
Oh,
books
so good.
and less number, and putting a chest in with the 3rd tier and not having it all tied to the 12th. This raid series feels good. I like it.
It does. It's kind of heavy on the body checks, but I don't know. I feel like the fights themselves, oh god, there's so much limit cut. But limit cut aside, I think there's a good variety of like the fights. They all feel very unique. And it's not just like the same formula of raid
Yeah.
wide bleed, raid wide tank buster. I don't know. Abyssos just felt kind of, I don't know. I didn't enjoy it that much.
Yeah.
8 was a lot all at once,
Mm.
but it felt bad.
It
In a
was
bad
just
way.
crunchy. Like,
Yeah. It was
it was
because of the line of sight, like the gaze mechanics.
ugh, fuck
That
gaze.
just does not work with the way that this game, the netcode, please.
Yeah. I hated it. And just I think the pacing overall in Abyssos was just terrible. Because you'd have 7, or no, sorry, was it 7? Yeah, 7. It was a complete snooze fest for the first 8 minutes.
Ah, God.
The slowest mechanics. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that, because for some people that might be new to Savage, it might feel fast, it might feel exciting to them. So I apologize. I don't mean to be a gatekeeper, but in general,
Wait,
I
which
thought
fight again?
P7S.
tree.
That's Tree. Yeah,
Tree.
okay. It took me a moment. Yeah, Tree guy. I
It
hated Tree
just
guy.
felt a little like if they intermix the harvest between different mechanics, I think that would have been better.
Yeah.
And 8 in general was just
Oh my god.
6 you can completely negate a large mechanic with an LB3. Um,
God.
and then honestly 5, I know people harp about like Carbuncle Devour memes, but you could still survive Devour with one person down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't think 5 was that bad.
It wasn't. It just, I don't know. I think the Devour issue was definitely a nuisance and a thorn in the side to some groups. But like once you learn the little tricks, it's free.
Yeah.
It's once you know it. I guess the annoying part is people that didn't play enough to it's the jank again because there is that slight delay of you look like you made it. You didn't.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
frustrating if your brain isn't like compensating for that weirdness of it. And it's I could see because it does happen fast. And
Yeah.
the fast things don't work on a 2.5 second tick rate that like, you can easily get snapshotted by something that happened half an hour ago.
Yeah.
Because that happened last night in our prog.
Oh.
And we're still in 10.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know, the little circle, the people get the stacked circle and 2 people gotta stand on the edge of
Oh.
it. I
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
stood on the edge. I was like right on the edge because I want to make sure I was far enough because we've been having some issues with people standing too close. So I'm like, no, I'm right on the edge. But then like the guy that had the
moved.
thing moved, and then I stepped
Oh.
back in real quick, and it looked fine. But then we died. I was like,
yeah.
what? What? I was in it. I don't understand. Like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
things
Game
like
feels
that are
weird.
just. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't because you feel like you did it,
Yeah.
but then game says no,
Yeah.
and you didn't. Oh well.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's definitely some of the jank that you just have to learn, and like it's gonna be different for everyone too, depending on your ping. Because
Yeah.
I know when I was playing from Greece, my ping was much higher than normal, and I remember at one point apparently I chased someone and killed them. Kyan. It was we both had lasers, and he's like, "Why are you chasing me?" I'm like, "You were behind me. You came up and walked over to me." Like, what? But yeah, there's definitely have to learn how to play with your own individual ping and
Yeah.
see the jank and learn
It's
the jank.
the jank.
That was one thing in WoW
Yeah.
that they did do a bit. They did it a bit better. It just things felt
Yeah.
smooth.
They did.
If you weren't standing in it, you didn't get hit by it. Just
Yeah.
that part of it was smooth. I'm not saying that game was perfect by any means, was not, but they did.
Yeah.
Raids felt smooth. Dungeons did feel smooth.
They
And
did.
Final Fantasy can feel smooth. It's just the jank sometimes, even knowing that it's there, just does catch you off guard.
Yeah.
Never forget
Yeah.
when I watched Stan die in like one tick. I don't even know. I still to this day don't know how. Because we didn't even pop anything. We had all of our cooldowns up. He pulled big in a dungeon, and all of a sudden, I guess
yeah.
everything whacked him on the same tick, and he just died instant. 100 health, 0 health. What the heck just happened, my God?
Gosh.
The bar didn't even move. It just disappeared. So it's...
Yeah. Well,
But yeah.
okay, so 6.45 is coming out Tuesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
At time
I
of
was not
recording right
expecting
now.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I guess what we'll get
Weapons?
Manderville weapons, Criterion Dungeon, what else? Oh, Splendorous Tools. What else am I
There's
missing?
Tataru more missions there that we haven't done. I think.
Probably. I don't know though. I have been very behind with her. I'm sorry to talk.
I am as I'm definitely.
I'll get to you when I
One
get
day.
to you.
Let's see.
Yeah.
One day. But yeah.
Reconsulting the list here.
Patch
We do get a
notes.
variant dungeon.
Yep.
New one
That'll
of
be fun.
those. More variant dungeon stuff. Blue Mage update. That's right. They're bumping up
yeah.
the level
Blue
cap
Mage
to
cap
80.
to 80. Mm-hmm.
I've already seen strats that people have been posting on how to level as fast as possible.
Oh my gosh.
I still need to
Yep.
do that. That's the only thing I haven't even learned it yet.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
There's just so many spells. Like, so many. It's kind of
Ugh.
overwhelming. And then you have to, like, build your own, essentially spell list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Which
haven't
I'm not creative enough for it.
I haven't
Yeah,
even
that's how I am.
tried. It's
But yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, 6.45 will be a nice little patch. I do think I don't know. I'm on the copium train that the variant criterion will have better rewards, but I have a feeling it's gonna be no, and we're still gonna be sad
Ugh.
about it, and people will be angry and have their pitchforks. But I do wish
Yeah.
they'd have better rewards for obviously content that took them a long time to like design and implement and have this whole large feature of content, and then not many people are doing it because the rewards are not great.
Yeah, that is a little sad.
I want to do those eventually. I'm thinking during the 6.5, the
Yeah.
inevitable drought that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to have some groups.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah.
Or the deep dungeon. I haven't even set foot in the deep dungeon yet.
Oh, I
Oh, yeah,
didn't.
me neither.
I'm not a deep dungeon enjoyer.
I
I
bought the umbrella. I did not get that on my own. I let someone else get that, and I bought it off the market for.
I I kind of like the deep dungeons if for like a weekend, if I'm just hanging out with some friends and we don't know what to do. I've hopped into Palace of the Dead and done like 100 levels or whatever. Just it's kind of fun with a group, but it's not something I like to do all the time. I know there's some
Yeah.
people that just live in deep dungeons. They love it. I don't like that. What's that one achievement to finish Palace of the Dead solo without dying?
Oh,
Oh,
is that
Necromancer?
necromancer?
Necromancer.
Or
Yeah.
Yep.
Never gonna happen for me.
Yeah. No, I will not have that.
Absolutely not. Nope. But yeah.
645
Alright.
will be interesting. 6.5 gonna be fun. Hopefully I'm sure we'll get some preliminary stuff on that at FanFest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And then I guess with 6.5 we'll have the conclusion of the Alliance raid.
Yeah, that's one of the big ones I'm looking forward to.
excited.
Yeah.
We'll have
I want to
that.
see the appearances of certain characters.
We'll have that, and then probably another Manderville step?
I think that'll be 5.5.
5.5.
It's the final.
Okay.
And then obviously the story, what's currently happening. I think that should probably wrap up.
Yeah, that should be done. I don't know though. It's weird because in previous patches, like expansions, 5 is a big lead up to the next expansion, and then 5.5 has like a couple quests to really tie you in, but that's
I
not
wonder-
happening. So
Yeah, I wonder if 5.5 will actually be like a significant patch.
yeah, I'm even honest. I know we've talked about it before, but I still wonder if we're gonna get like a special 6.6 story patch to lead us into the next expansion.
I
Yeah.
kind of hope so because I'm just thinking of like the time frame. I
Yeah,
feel
we
like
have
there's gonna be a while.
yeah.
There is.
I don't see the next expansion coming until late
Next
summer next
year.
year, maybe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Something
I could
like
see
that.
June 2024. That's my bet.
I could see June.
June 2024.
I was leaning towards like
Calendar.
August, maybe September, but I don't know. We'll see.
Oh boy.
It's a long ways away.
Oh, I think the fans would riot if it was
They
August,
probably
September.
would.
Yeah.
I just don't
Please
know if
don't
they're
do
gonna.
September.
I don't know if they're gonna extend it though, because it's a whole reboot technically. So
Yeah.
how hard
Yeah.
are they gonna go?
I feel like we'll know. We'll know, I think, after Japanese Fan Fest.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
America Fan Fest, we're gonna get a teaser. You know,
Mhm.
a little
We've
nibble.
got to.
You know, yeah, and then Japanese Fan Fest, we get like a class announcement and release like time frame, at least maybe a date,
Yeah.
but at least a summer or June
Yeah.
or whatever. We'll
I
get
could see that.
something.
I could see that. But I do think it'll be summer 2024. My hunch.
That sounds good. I like that.
Yeah.
So start stockpiling your time off, everyone.
Oh boy.
Get ready for Q Savage.
I will never forget that. I felt so insane. I'm just thinking about the time I went to the zoo with my friends and I had it on my phone.
Yep.
Oh, they thought I was crazy. Like, I'd have to move my character so I don't get logged.
Well, what happens
And
if
then
you
I got home
do?
and
I have to
I
wait
just-
8 hours.
Yeah.
Functional.
Yeah. hmm Perfectly normal human beings we are.
That was so brutal.
It was.
Oh.
Remember when it was glitching and you would stay in that queue, walk away for a little bit, come back, and it kicked you out of queue?
Oh, I went
Mhm.
through
Like
every
after
stage
4
of
hours? Yeah.
grief.
Bargaining.
Within 5 minutes, it was terrible.
Oh God. Yeah, that sounds about right.
At least they fixed it. Like they
Yeah, I'm glad they did. Holy cow, if they didn't, I think I would just
Yeah.
been like
Oof.
just physically sick.
And
just on the ground.
it'll be better this time. I'm just gonna have alts leveled
I
on
hope-
every data center.
What? Oh my god!
So that way, if like the
That's
shit hits the
hilarious.
fan, can't
Oh
get it
my
on
God,
Primal,
that's-
switch to Dynamis.
Oh my
You might
gosh.
be onto something. Oh
Yeah.
my
We're
god.
gonna be
I
ready.
have a feeling people on Dynamis will be like, "Oh, easy game, easy life over here, fools."
Unless everyone thinks that and they data center travel right before the patch or
think they'll-
the expansion.
They'll do what they did last time.
Lock it down.
They locked
Oh,
it down.
God.
They made people
Yeah, I
stop
forgot
because they
about
kept
that.
doing that, and it was screwing some of the other. It was like adding even more overhead to the servers, and then it was screwing other like slightly lower population servers. They're like, okay, no, y'all gotta stop. You're ruining it for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about people getting like trapped in a different world.
Yeah, that
because
was
they
happening.
closed it off.
Yeah, they just
and
stopped.
they couldn't get their
Oh,
retainers.
yeah. I remember seeing someone on Primal being like, "I can't get back home. Could someone
Yeah.
take me in?" Like, oh, that's so sad. Oh gosh.
You see a wanderer and you just shake their head in pity.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, you're trapped here now.
Yo.
One of
One of
us.
us. One of us. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, I think they'll turn off data center travel for launch and just because it
Yeah.
does. It's also just extra overhead that you don't
Yeah.
want when you've already got so much traffic.
yeah, for
Mhm.
sure. Oh, speaking of traffic, so with the release of Final Fantasy XVI, Yoshi P, that sly little guy, put in a little advertisement in the sleeve of
Oh
16 to
boy.
be like, "Hey, maybe you should try Final Fantasy XIV." I do wonder
That's so funny.
how many people might pick it up because they've played
Oh,
16.
God.
It's some people like I
know.
thought some people unironically were like, "Wow, what a like shameless shill for 14." I'm like, what? Do you realize
Why
they
would-
probably do it anyway? It's the same company. They want you
It's-
playing everything
Yeah.
they have. Like,
Yeah.
why would they not do it? I don't get
Yeah.
it. But
And
yeah,
also still CBU 3. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, it makes no sense for them not to have something in there.
Yeah.
Although I was a bit disappointed with their not collector's edition, the the special edition, whatever, the deluxe edition. That's the word I'm looking for. I don't know. I didn't like the rewards. You got what, like a digital soundtrack and a digital art book, and that was it?
Is that it for the deluxe?
Yeah.
Was it?
Because the special weapon and everything was the pre-order bonus, not deluxe. That was, you just got that if you did the normal pre-order.
Oh,
Hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I doubled and triple checked, like, that's seriously it. That's all I get. I did my pre-order, and yeah, I have the weapon and the special, like, bonus skill jewelry and all of that. Deluxe just had the digital art book and stuff. And I just thought they really dropped the ball, because if they had done, like, hey, get this, get a pet in FF14, people would have bought Deluxe with no intention of playing the game. People, they wouldn't even have you wouldn't have a PlayStation. People would still get it just to get the pet.
Yeah, that's so
Get
true.
Torgal pet in game.
Yeah, like
be
oh my
true.
gosh, that done. You would have sold so many deluxe editions if they did that, and they didn't. And you look at Blizzard, they don't do a lot of things right, but their deluxe editions and whatnot, you do usually get something for other games. Like you'll get a Hearthstone themed cards based on whatever you got, or a mount or
Yeah.
something. You get little things. Why-
Yeah, it would have been cool if they like did, get something in 11 and get something in 14,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like just a little something. I don't know. They do it with the books
Mhm.
too. You get pets for getting the books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So just missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Again.
Again.
Once
Hire
again.
us for- we have great ideas.
Yeah.
Hire us.
I will say the digital mini soundtrack and the mini art book are pretty good if you haven't checked those out.
I was a little tempted. I don't have them. I didn't get the deluxe. I wonder if I can upgrade still. There's probably a way, but I was
'Cause
tempted.
I downloaded the mini album and I put it on my computer so I can listen to it. And then the art book looks really cool. I wish I could take the art book and use it as like my desktop background, but I can't.
Oh.
That's really
Sad.
unfortunate.
It really is. I was trying to figure out a way to like do that, but I can't come up with a way. But
Just hack the
Going-
system. Just...
I really don't want to break my PS5.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, 16. So Clarissa does not have a PS5 and has not played it.
I'll have to
Um,
wait. I'm so sad.
She'll have to wait for the PC version soon, TM.
Hmm.
And then there's Nox, who has it, has played. What percentage are you at?
Like 30-something%.
Okay.
I played some more and I forgot to check. So
That's
I'm
okay.
probably nearing 40 at this point.
Like almost halfway-ish.
Yeah.
And I am done with it. I finished the story. I'm currently just casually going through New Game Plus. Yeah, and it's been great. Like I really enjoyed the game. I don't know if this is a spoiler, but it really broke me emotionally. I finished the game and I'm like, I finished the game and I'm not okay. But yeah, it definitely. There's been a lot of discourse around 16. Is it a true Final Fantasy title? Which I always love these discourses, sarcasm.
Yeah.
But I guess, some of us are kind of been Final Fantasy fans for a while. Some of us are new to the sort of franchise. Like, what makes a Final Fantasy game feel like that to you?
Chocobos.
Yeah,
Moogles.
those Moogles.
Chocobos and Moogles. You got to have those.
Yep.
I mean, if you go back, like, what was a consistent thread through all of them? Getting an airship.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say Sid. You technically can. You technically can, because in the first one, in the original, on the actual Nintendo, the guy that gave you the airship wasn't Sid. They later named him Sid.
Oh boy.
So technically,
Wait,
it's
we need
not,
the Sid.
no Sid.
No,
But
Sid.
I think going on this grand adventure, the Final Fantasy, that's what makes it a Final Fantasy. There's a grand adventure.
God, the
There's
name drop.
usually, yeah, the name.
Yeah.
um, just, yeah, going on this big, wild adventure. There's usually some group that's being heavily oppressed, an evil regime trying to do something, and some teenagers trying to change it all.
Change the world.
Yeah, I do like in this one, the heroes are a bit more adult than before.
I do like that.
Uh,
I'm a fan of it.
yeah, because
Like,
historically, it's like you're literally a 16-year-old just like, we can do
No.
it, and like that's the whole thing. Like no one's an
Yeah.
actual adult.
yeah, I could get used to having protagonists in their 30s because I'm like, yes,
Please.
they have lived of life. They know they have life experiences that they can draw on and use for character development rather than just like, I just left my parents,
Mhm.
pug. Like,
I'm highly idealized, and that's it. I just, I'm going
right.
at this completely blind, but I can change the world, boys. Let's do it. What?
Yeah.
You're a kid. I screamed that
You're
Oh.
a kid.
when I was playing 12 or 13. I think it was 13. Pretty sure it was 13. I don't know. It was just like a battle zone. People are getting shot, literally shot. There's bodies on the ground. The road is blown up, and here's these kids. Come on, guys. If we just work together and
No.
believe, we can make it
No.
through this. And they're like, yeah, we can do this. And I literally put down my controller and just screamed, "You're children! You are children!" It just made no sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I do appreciate that. We do get to see, never mind. I don't
Yeah, I
know
don't want to
what's
give away a
said in the
bunch of things,
media,
but there's
but I do
older, more mature
protagonists. It gives
protagonists.
them really great character development. You can
Mhm.
kind of see where they're, how they've gotten to where they are, why they're making the decisions that they are, um, and just drawing off of more life experiences. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. And I think it's a Final Fantasy title.
Oh, for
haven't
sure.
finished, but it feels like Final Fantasy to me.
Like, I don't know what are people looking for when they say that? Are they looking for turn-based?
I
Are
th-
they looking for
I guess so,
like
because I don't
turn-based is not
know.
coming back.
I didn't do 15. I have
It
it. I
was
played the tutorial in 15, but I haven't actually gotten into it because 16 came out, and I just didn't get to
yeah.
get into 15. But it does seem to me, from what I saw, that the old turn-based thing is kind of not coming back for
Yeah.
a mainline title.
I don't think so.
But I
It's
guess
old.
it
It's
is, but I enjoy it still, because there was the thing of you got to play all the characters. They
Oh,
were
for
part of
sure.
your group, and you could swap them out, and oh, I want her instead of
Hey,
him. Like,
play Octopath. That is a great turn-based.
yeah.
You get that nostalgia for like the earlier Final Fantasies. You can
Mhm.
play all the characters. You can make hybrid jobs. That's why I love Octopath. It has great art, great stories, and you get that old Final Fantasy feel while it still feels like a modern game. Love it.
I do need to check it out. I played it briefly. It was on Game Pass, and then it got taken off Game Pass, so I didn't continue with it. But I do want to revisit that one. But I would like a 3D turn-based game, with the big flashy graphics and make it look
Yeah,
cool. Kind of like 7 and 8 were for their time. Or
yeah,
9. I 10. Let's just keep going with all the Final Fantasies that
yeah.
were
Well, I think
turn-based in
Just
3D.
listing numbers.
yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean 16 definitely feels Final Fantasy to me.
Yeah.
And that when they're like, "Oh, wish it were an RPG." Bruh, it is an RPG. You are literally playing Clive through the story.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what, like, Is it more action focused in combat? Sure, but I feel like it's really engaging combat too. I enjoyed it.
I have a lot of fun with the combat. I do kind of understand the argument from people that they would have liked a higher difficulty level.
Yeah.
Because I'm playing in the action mode with none of the items for bonus power, and I'm still just handling all of the fights pretty easily. I think I died once.
Yeah. Yeah, I could
Um,
see that. But, if you look at how Final Fantasy XIV is, you can play the whole MSQ. Like, you're not getting into savage mode fights. Like, the mechanics aren't super challenging. That you're there, you're focusing on the story, you have a little bit of engaging combat. It's a nice hybrid. Um, and I think that's kind of the same thing through your first playthrough in 16. It's a nice hybrid.
yeah, I I don't know. I guess some people also wanted an Elden Ring challenge, but
No,
that
get
they weren't going to go that way.
It's not Elden
Because
Ring.
I also
not Elden Ring.
see that they give you those special items you can equip if the game is too hard, and it does
Yeah.
absolutely trivialize combat. I've watched people play with it. I haven't tried it myself, but I watched them play, and they can just mash a button, and
Yeah,
it
you
does
can.
everything for you, basically.
It really does. I honestly, in terms of accessibility, um, that was a great feature of the game.
Hmm.
Like you can sort of add or remove like how many assists you want. So I thought that was really great in terms of accessibility. Like if a younger, well, no, a younger kid shouldn't be playing that game. Let me tell
No,
you.
no.
Oh no!
There's some people that aren't, gamers.
Yeah,
They're not like
they're
hardcore.
not.
They're not looking to enjoy the combat so much as I just want to see the story.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I
fine.
saw a tweet. Someone's like, I got my mom to play Final Fantasy 16, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. And they're like, they don't really normally play video games, but they thought the story seemed interesting. I'm like, wow.
Oh,
I'm like, that's cool.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I think if you had the option to play Final Fantasy mode at this, maybe unlock it after you played some of the game first. Because I could see some like Chad dudes being like, "Yeah, I'm gonna start on Final Fantasy mode," and
Oh
then
boy.
they keep dying or something, and then just be like, "I quit. This game is not good. Gameplay's shit. Combat's terrible." And like, I could see some Giga Chads just being like, "This game is shit," and it's because they keep dying on the hardest mode, even though they don't want to drop their difficulty.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're never gonna please
No, you're not.
everyone, but
You're not.
I think they did a good job. I think it's fine right where it is. I can see the argument for some more difficulty, but it's been fine.
Yeah, I liked it. And honestly, New Game Plus is a lot of fun because you have like you retain all of your levels, your abilities, and your gear in New Game Plus, and so you can come up with these really fun combinations and combos and stuff while you're playing, and it keeps New Game Plus feeling fresh, I guess.
That's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
obviously haven't gotten to that point, uh, but that's cool that they have that for 16.
Yeah, it's fun. I like it. I think after I finished the game, I was just thinking about it for a while, like for a good few days afterward, just like absorbing what happened and like I think that's a good game where you're actually like thinking about things or, you know, pondering like that world like I don't know. I think that's a great video game that makes you
That
feel something outside of your time playing it.
that kind of happened to me with 8, and the weird thing is I didn't actually beat 8 myself. I was playing through it and I'd beaten most of it, but my friends were also playing, and at one point we were sharing discs because your
Discs.
kids just trying to figure it out, and like, man, I want to play too. Okay, I'll have disc 2. Like,
Oh my god.
like that's how that's you could do that back in the day on a PlayStation.
Yep.
But like disc 4 was just one place basically. The final disc was just a massive ending of the game, and I just never forgot like watching my friend beat the final fight because he put in some cheat codes to make there was a thing you could do to make Squall, the main character, like maxed out on all of his stats so he could solo the entire final fight. But
Oh my god.
it was just this wild fight at the end of the game, and like your friends that were with you, like if your party died, there you couldn't use Phoenix Downs.
Oh.
Like they would dissolve and just disappear.
Oh.
And
That's
then
messed up.
yeah, but the wild thing was like you could bring in new friends, so your other party members that weren't in your party could jump in, and there was a chance you could lose everybody because the final fight was supposed to be quite a challenge or whatever.
Yeah.
And but he, again, cheat codes, a Squall, just going hard. And he beat the game, and then there was just this awesome ending cinematic with everyone at this party hanging out, and everyone's alive and okay, and everybody made it. And it just affected me. It was just this emotional thing. I thought about it for weeks, and then I could never bring myself to beat the game myself, so I've never beat 8 on my own.
Oh wow.
I just would get to like towards the end of the game in disc 3 and just start over. Like, nope, I don't want it to be over. I want to go hang out with my people.
Oh.
I restarted the game a bunch, so I need to before whatever. Yeah, when my time comes, like I need to figure out a way to get myself to beat Final Fantasy VIII and finally just play the damn thing and beat it.
Oh gosh.
But I get like that feeling, like because it sticks with you. It's like, oh man, they were like, whatever happens, like they were happy in the end. Oh, they made it, but oh, what did it cost? And all this stuff happened. Holy cow! Like just
yeah.
It's I love that roller coaster though. That feeling.
Oh yeah.
That when it sticks with you.
Yeah, I'd say 16 definitely stuck with me. I think that's a mark of a Final Fantasy game, like a good one that you remember it for the rest of your life. You remember how you felt playing it when you beat it.
Man.
Oh yeah, my experience with 8 was 25 years ago now. Yeah. I was like 13, 14.
I like Andrew was in our office playing 14. I finished 16. The credits are rolling, and I'm just like bawling. And so I just like come into the office, and I'm just like he looks at me. He's like, "What is happening?" And I'm just like, "I just finished the game," and I just hugged him, and I was like, "It just hugged me, please." Oh my god.
Okay, I have to play this now. I need to play it. 'Cause, like, at first, I'm on the fence. Like, okay, it's a game. I only play like a few games. I'm really picky. Maybe I'll get to it. Maybe I'll just watch someone play it. We'll see what happens. But now I think I do want to get it after hearing all of that. Man, that sounds excellent. I'm excited.
I forget that your only real experience with Final Fantasy is 14.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
It's the only one I've played. I've watched a stream of part of 7 and then the one what is it? Crisis Core. But like I couldn't really talk about them because I don't remember since I didn't play them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely different. I think I'm happy I ran into 14 because now I'm like more inclined to play other ones. So I'm like, yeah, 16.
I recommend 8.
Which one is 8?
It's good.
Squall.
Right, yeah,
Eden raids are based on it.
Yeah. I remember now.
Actually, oh my gosh, that hit me so hard because I was in there when I was like trying to speed run my way through unlocking all the raids because I had just finally beaten Shadowbringers. I'm like, cool, where's the raids? Over there, got it. running,
Oh god.
go get that. And I was in one of the fields at part of the little open area
Hmm.
for the raid, and I remember looking at it like, yo, that's Eden. That's from Final
Oh.
Fantasy VIII. Holy crap, that's cool. And then the music in one of the in the area is
Yeah.
the open world music from Final Fantasy VIII, and it says
Ooh.
do 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 do. I was like, whoa, it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
music, and I just sat there and I didn't move.
Yeah.
Oh, I
It's
didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
really interesting.
Yeah, I
Huh.
just sat there listening to the music, like, oh my gosh, it's been so long. This is so cool.
it's so funny when people say Final Fantasy XIV isn't part of isn't a legitimate part of the Final Fantasy franchise. And you just look at 14, it is a love letter to all of the Final Fantasies.
Yeah.
It's just like a celebration of all the games that have come before it, and then 14's own story to intermix there.
Mhm.
But it just there's so many neat little Easter eggs. If you follow the franchise, there's a lot of neat little things.
Oh yeah, it's a lovely Final Fantasy game. 14 definitely is. I don't. It's called Final Fantasy 14. I don't understand the people that gatekeep and try to say it's not real. Well, it's got a
Yeah, that's
number,
bizarre.
and it's Final
got a
Fantasy.
It's there. It
Seems pretty
exists.
real.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do anything about it.
I can't wait till let's see. Have they done any tributes to what 9 at all?
I haven't. There is some 9 stuff, I think. Trying to think, because they've got Zidane's outfit.
They do. They do have that, but in terms of a raid series, I don't think so.
No, none of the raids are based around 9. They do have the Mammoth. There's a Mammoth
Oh, that looks like
Vivi,
yeah.
Oh.
and that is actually that's actually directly a nod to 9.
Yeah.
Because
I
even
did-
his backstory is related to 9.
it was very similar.
Yeah, so that's kind of a reference. Well, not kind of. It was a direct. I can't think of any other.
Yeah. I think the one part, if they ever fully integrate a 7 raid, people are just gonna go crazy.
Oh boy.
Or I don't.
Ooh.
I haven't seen a 10 thing either. There's been some stuff from 10.
They're keeping that in their back pocket.
Yeah, they're gonna whip out that
Oh,
blitz ball
God.
one day.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The golden saucer.
Mm-hmm. That's another wild thing for 14 is there, with all the Final Fantasy stuff out there, there's just so much.
Mini games.
Yeah. Even Triple Triad, that was the card game in 8.
Yep.
That was actually in the game, and you could play all the different people. There was just random people in the world that you could play.
Yep.
And get their cards and stuff. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. I remember playing for hours trying to beat Sid so I could get
boy.
his card, and I can't remember what card he had. I don't remember right now. It's been so long, but I remember spending hours battling Sid
Yep.
trying to get his damn card that he had.
Yep. And then Chocobo racing too. I feel like that's kind of been an element in a lot of the Final Fantasies.
It was a mini game in 7. I don't think it was a mini game in any of the others that I recall. It was
15 had it, I think.
15 could have. I haven't gotten deep into 15. But 14 existed before 15 anyway, so
That is true.
they kind of took they probably took it mostly from 7, but it just makes sense. Why would you make an MMO and not be able to ride chocobos at least?
Yeah.
Still remember seeing an interview with Yoshi P, and he said that because in the original 14 you couldn't ride chocobos. And he said,
Whoa.
why do we have a Final Fantasy MMO where you can't ride a chocobo? What are they doing?
Yeah. But yeah, so probably wrap it up for this little nice intro
Mhm.
back into our podcast. We'll probably be back next month. We can talk about the FanFest goings-ons, and Clarissa can
Yeah.
report back.
Yep.
Yeah, give a
I'll be
little.
live on the scene.
Yep.
Well, not like live, but like I'll be there.
If I can, we need to upload like an episode image, and it's you need a picture of you with a microphone, like
Oh
live
my-
at live at FanFest
Oh,
Yeah.
in
that'd be
cosplay.
really funny.
In cosplay.
If I can make that happen, I will. But I'm not making any promises. I don't know where to get a microphone.
That's fair enough. A
That's
fake
okay.
microphone. Someone's got to have a microphone prop.
A hairbrush.
Something.
Oh yeah, a hairbrush. I'll
Something.
find a hairbrush. Or something.
Microphone adjacent looking.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll be back probably next month. Hopefully back on a regular cadence again, and be sure to check out our D&D sessions as well.
Oh yeah, I need to
we've
get to.
been keeping up with that.
I need to get that back
Also
up.
rolling. We'll probably get that after FanFest. But yeah, glad to be back, and yeah,
Yeah, it's good. I like doing this.
it's a good hodgepodge. Today was a hodgepodge conversation of pretty much anything and everything Final Fantasy.
It's been a while. We have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Yep, we do. And we're gonna have a lot to talk about next time because FanFest,
Oh,
and I'm
yes.
sure
There's gonna be news.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
gonna be news.
there better be
Please.
news.
I'm excited.
Looking forward to it. But all right, this is it. We're signing off, and yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Yep.
Yeah.